New York and on the new Hot 97 app. Ebro in the morning on Hot 97.
It's Ebro in the morning. You got Laura Stiles and you got Rosenberg. We're launching something amazing today with the Food Bank for New York City, alongside with our sister, our family, WBLS. We're doing our best to stay in step and stay aligned with what's going on in the tri-state area, and making sure that we give our airwaves our time and try to help get resources and money to the programs that need it so that we can continue to support those that are the most vulnerable in our community. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Camesha Grant. She is the Community Connections and Outreach for Food Bank New York City. She's the Vice President. Hi, Camesha. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Well, first of all, thank you for reaching out to Hot 97 and WBLS and allowing us to be a part of helping you get food to families. Tell us how it works.
Well, Food Bank for New York City, we're the leading hunger relief organization, and we've been around for 36 years serving New Yorkers in need. On a typical annual year, we serve 1.5 million New Yorkers who struggle to afford food. And I think when people hear that number, it's a little bit wowing, right, for a place like New York City. But what we're seeing now due to COVID-19 is that people across the country are experiencing fear and uncertainty. And many are struggling to find out where their next meal is going to come from. So Food Bank for New York City, we are on the front lines ensuring that free food goes out to all New Yorkers in need. And we do that through a network of partners. Those are our soup kitchens, our pantries, and emergency feeding programs across the city that are helping to get that food out as well.
And so how can, the community locked in right now and ourselves support Food Bank for New York City during this time?
Yeah, well, first of all, we want to again say thank you for this partnership, WBLS and Hot 97. I'm really excited to be a part of this. And for anybody who's listening right now, a couple of things we want you to know. One is that if you need food, if you are struggling right now to afford food, please go to our website, www.foodbanknyc.org, and you can find the nearest open soup kitchen and or pantry in your community. But secondly, for any New Yorker who is able to help us out, every dollar allows us to provide 5 meals to a New Yorker in need. And so there's no amount that's too small. And we appreciate all donations. So please, if you can, we know it's a difficult time right now, but if you can help us out, we greatly appreciate it. And thank you to everyone who's already donated.
Camesha, real quick, if for anybody who's listening right now, are there any qualifications that they need in order to receive the help? So can they just go to a local pantry and expect to get help?
Good question, Laura. They can go to any local open pantry in their community and get help. There are no qualifications. There's no means testing. We don't ask you for any income. We just want to make sure that people have food. And so everything is free.
Oh, that's amazing.
That is awesome.
I saw Mayor de Blasio speaking about getting food to New Yorkers, and that New York City and his administration were putting, I want to say the number was $170 million towards
170 million.
Yeah, towards making sure every New Yorker who needs food can get it. How is that process working? Is the mayor handling this well? This is what you do day in, day out all year. You're on the front lines of it. I would love to hear from you because I am hearing around the nation many food banks are closed because either workers have gotten COVID and they can't work the food banks, or they're unsure of resources and money to actually get the food. What's the truth, and how is it going?
Yeah, so about 40% of our emergency feeding programs here in New York City have closed, unfortunately, due to COVID-19 pandemic. What we know is that many of these emergency feeding programs are led by seniors. And our seniors, of course, are home. And so
Right.
we want them. We want them to be home and we want them to be safe. So many have had to shut down. But the good news is there are at least about 60% of them that are still open and operating across the city, across all 5 boroughs, and are ready to serve New Yorkers in need. So we are really excited about the new funding that's going to be coming to help support us in getting more food out. Over 50% of our emergency feeding programs have reported that the lines are longer at the pantries. And what we now know is that these aren't New Yorkers that they normally serve. These are people who are facing hunger and food insecurity in our city for the very first time. People are laid off, jobs are closed, schools are closed. So when you think about the meals that children in New York City public schools would get for free breakfast, free lunch every day, they're no longer able to get that because they're at home. And so families are requiring more food to be able to make sure that children are healthy and have healthy and nutritious meals daily.
Our goal here between Hot 97 and WBLS, well, Hot 97 specifically, is 97,000 meals. That means that WBLS, y'all got to run up and get 107,500 meals, 107.5.
There you go.
You know what I mean? Y'all got to do like 10 more thousand than us, straight up. But everybody out
I hear
there,
a little competition going on.
that's right.
over
Let's
there.
turn it up and see what's what. Every $1 provides 5 meals. So if you can hear our voice right now, and you can check on Food Bank for New York City, Food Bank for NYC, at Food Bank, the number 4 NYC on IG and Twitter. I just want to say thank you. You know, a lot of us who are privileged, like, you know, us on this program, we're still at work. We haven't been furloughed. There hasn't been layoffs at our company as of yet, so we've been blessed in that regard. You know, over weeks and months, I know, Laura, you've been very vocal because even as this COVID-19 situation unfolded, we were reminding our listeners, you know, the reason you can't just close down New York City public schools is because there's hundreds of thousands of kids who that is their only place to get breakfast and lunch.
Absolutely.
So just shutting it down abruptly puts a lot of families, essential workers who don't have daycare and can't afford daycare and don't know where to take their children. You know, de Blasio got hammered for not closing schools down fast enough, but you know, it wasn't just an easy, you know, turn of a, you know, push of a button.
Yeah, you have to account for everything, right? When you think about the different levels that people have in the city, we have a lot of poor families who are low income. And so a shift like that creates for them a lot of challenges. And so we're excited to be able to do the work that we're doing right now, on being on the front lines of ensuring that New Yorkers are able to get the food that they need. And Food Bank in New York City will continue to do that. And it's with the help and support of donations and partners like you all to help us to continue to get the food out daily. And we're going to just keep pushing forward.
And you guys will be receiving some of the money that's coming from the city will come directly to you as well.
Absolutely, yes.
Of that 170 million.
Yes, we are recipients of that. So we'll have that additional support as well.
And it's super, the website's super straightforward, super easy to donate, takes 2 seconds. So pretty great opportunity for people to help out.
And are you guys, and one last question, are you guys looking for workers, volunteers now that you have food banks that are closed? Is this an opportunity for people who currently are not working and are looking to get out, you know, put a mask on, put some gloves on and help out?
Yeah. So right now we aren't taking any volunteers because of social distancing and really just trying to make sure that we're minimizing any congregation in spaces. We're not having New Yorkers come out and help us through volunteer work. And so that's why we're really pushing the donations. But you know, this is just, it's very, very difficult for us to have a lot of New Yorkers in one place at one
That's
time.
Right.
So we're really pushing donations. That is the best way to help support Food Bank in New York City right now. And so if you can help us out, we're really greatly appreciative. Thank you.
Her name is Camesha Grant, VP, Community Connections and Reach for Food Bank NYC. Thank you so much for your time this morning.
Thank you.
Thanks, Misha.
Thank you, everyone.
All right, take
care.
care. Once again, everybody else out there, go to foodbanknyc.org/COVID-19, or you could check out their social media at Food Bank for NYC on IG and Twitter. Every $1 provides 5 meals. So please, if you can and you're able, donate today.